Hey guys, so it's time to do a speed and camera test comparison between these two rivals, and this is quite funny because the OnePlus 3 nearly took my heart away from the Nexus 6P, which is my daily driver here. So it is, the 6P does have like a grudge against the OnePlus 3. I wanted to see how they compare day to day in terms of the performance, to see, is it worth, upgrading from the 6P to the OnePlus. And personally, I've used the OnePlus as a daily driver. It does have some compromises that you might want to be aware of, but it is still the closest thing to my dream phone so far. And the 6P has been a great Android flagship. We are due to get new kind of premium phone from Google very soon as well. Maybe HTC will be making it. So we are running Android Marshmallow as well. This is not running Nugget developer preview or anything, so both of them on their official software, and we can see nothing is running in the background. So we're going to basically open up some day-to-day apps and have a look at the gaming as well, to see how they compare. Because one thing I did notice with the OnePlus 3 is there's definitely a perceivable boost when it comes to the performance, which I didn't actually see too much from other phones, like for example the S7 Edge, which is very fast but didn't seem that fast compared to the 6P. But this, you can see the OnePlus is really roasting my 6P when it comes to pretty much everything. Obviously the 6P comes with the Snapdragon 810, which has to deal with the throttling, so it can't really go at the max speed that you would like it to go. We can just have a look at the Play Store. Yeah, you can see for the day-to-day apps, the OnePlus kills the Nexus at the moment. We can just have a look at the games as well. We did install a few. And this one seems to be going towards the OnePlus again. It's pretty nice. Another one. We do have CSR2. Again, it looks like the OnePlus is a little bit ahead here. Both of them could be a bit faster with this game though. So yeah, you can see it is loading faster on the OnePlus. Also, from my angle, the screen on the OnePlus looks a lot darker, like you get a really inky black kind of screen here, whereas this looks a little bit greyish. But you can see again, OnePlus. I think we have something else, Nova. For those who don't know, the OnePlus 3 is rooted and making use of the full amount of RAM. I don't know if OnePlus has pushed out an update yet to fix that, but you will have to do that if you want the best speeds. And finally, we do have another one. So I think the OnePlus has pretty much owned the 6P on everything here. Amazing how technology progresses. Again, Lego City. So we'll keep those running in the background, and we'll just move on to the browser comparison here. So we can see how they compare. Just load a big page here, daily fail. And you can see this is still loading, but this is done pretty much. Then again, you know, the 6P does have a slightly bigger display here, so you can see we can see more content from you know, the zoomed out area. Also the text looks a lot sharper from this particular angle. But if you're after the raw speed, I think it took a while to respond to my touch there, but generally we'll see again, you can see. And it's really strange because the Wi-Fi is really slow on the OnePlus 3, but the actual performance is fantastic. So maybe the Wi-Fi speed isn't really that important compared to, you know, the processor arrangement. Again, brutally fast here. And one more, Phone Dog. I haven't been to Phone Dog for years. So about the same there. But you can see going into it again. So I think the OnePlus 3 is dominating here, looking for a total knockout against the 6P. Finally, we do have the multitasking, 6P coming with 3 gigs of RAM versus 6 gigs. And straight away you can see there's a big difference here. It's more responsive on the OnePlus. This is reloading like crazy. Usually it's not that bad actually, you know, and I know because it's my personal phone. But today it's just intimidated. And who wouldn't be, you know? This has nearly as much RAM as my PC. So you can see again, cursor comes up faster. This is a total knockout here, folks. I mean, look at that. Just open up some games again, see how they compare here. So we didn't have a reload here. You can see straight in there, absolutely beautiful. Again, straight in there. This is really struggling now. But I'm going fast. I'm not waiting for the 6P. Oh, it kept this one in memory. That's good. And Lego. Oh dear, 6P. I'm crying tears for you. But I'm still not going to cheat on the 6P. You know, I'm still going to hold out for the next 6P or whatever. Because, you know, I think it is very close at the end of the day to that release. But if you know, got €400 here, the OnePlus 3 is beast mode on pretty much everything. How do they compare in terms of the cameras? That's another thing I was interested in. So we did do some low light shots and good light shots. I think the only real issue with the OnePlus 3 when it comes to low light is because the camera module sticks out a little bit. It can be prone to you know, sort of like smudginess. It was a bit wet here when we were doing this, and you can see, even though I do try to make sure that the lens is clean, you know, sometimes it can be a little bit hazy compared to the OnePlus, but compared to the Nexus. But because of the optical image stabilization, generally I did notice it handled the low light shots a little bit better here. We did do the HDR mode as well. Some people say that that's, you know, makes for better low light on the Nexus. So, but generally I just found that the pictures were a little bit more clearer here in the low light comparison. Day to day, you know, there's not a huge difference, to be honest. The Nexus is still very you know, good. I think the colours are a little bit more natural on the OnePlus though, you know, if we're to be very critical. But as I said, you know, the Nexus has been fantastic for me, and you know, if you're going to criticise it, maybe the OnePlus 3 a little bit more colourful. They also obviously both do 4K video recording, and again, I think the optical image stabilization benefits the stability of the OnePlus 3 a little bit more. And we're doing the 4K ability here, so we can see how they are. I'm just walking steadily. I think the optical image stabilization on the OnePlus 3 is giving a little bit more benefit when it comes to less shaky footage, which is what I would expect. Just have a look at the focusing. So both focus very quickly. But the OnePlus has that phase detection autofocus. This is a laser on the Nexus, so maybe it's a little bit faster. But you know, generally the Nexus is still very good here. It's just lacking optical image stabilization, which I think the OnePlus, you can see, is a little bit better for the video here. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. You can see, you know, the OnePlus 3 has pretty much wiped the floor with the 6P, but you know, still I'm sticking with the 6P here. You know, I think the overall package of the 6P still appeals to me a little bit more here. You know, the fact that you're getting instant updates from Google, you're going to get the Nugget, Android Nugget. I think I predicted that it would be called Android Nugget or Nicotine as well, but nobody noticed that. So you know, I have the insider knowledge here of what Android is going to be called. So you are also getting a slightly bigger screen, 2K obviously, better calibration in terms of the actual screen at the moment, because this is calibrated to a weird kind of NTSC or something, and also slightly bigger battery. I have noticed the battery is a little bit better on the 6P at the moment, but yeah, you know, if OnePlus can just work on, you know, the software polish so that you don't have to root it when you first get it for the OnePlus 4, then all the other manufacturers need to shudder, really. So yeah, just a quick little comparison here. If you've got any questions, do let me know, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.